Welcome to the Outside the Business Boxes podcast, where we're talking about how to ignite your business today for the future using systems for everything you do in your business to make your life, your employees' lives, and your customers' lives easier for you to ultimately enjoy your business and, of course, make more money. I'm your host, Chad Murray.
Thank you for joining Outside the Business Box. Just go get yourself in trouble. Listen at your own risk. Outside the Business Box podcast. I am Chad Murray, your host today. Thank you for joining me today. I appreciate all my listenership. I really have enjoyed doing this podcast. And today, we are going to get in trouble. We are really going to have a hot topic today because a lot of industries just flat out believe in so much value that they've lost sight that we really are also in sales. The Pandora box is now open. Guess what? We are going to talk about value and sales and what does that matter to a service company. Well, let's talk about it. Well, of course, most of you listen to me are chimney companies, and I've got some new listeners that are not in the chimney industry that are all around services. And guess what? Our industry in chimneys, there is a feeling out there that we are not in sales because we are in the value of presentation and inspection business, that we show up and we inspect your fireplace so that it can perform correctly. We don't use the word safe, but it is essentially, in layman's term, we're getting your chimney to a safe, functioning method to use fire in your house to warm and heat the structure. So a lot of people have the feeling of that we just are not salespeople. Well, and I know why. I know why this has come into our industry like this. Because there's been so many fly-by-nighters who are salespeople who came in and sold people the wrong stuff. They weren't educated. And so this myth around we don't sell started many years ago. I've known about it as long as I've been in business. And yeah, those people are out there. There are people, and they're still out there, to tell you the truth. I've got them in Dallas right now, in Houston. There's a ton of ads out there, guys that are not certified, that, literally started up within the year saying they've been around for 20, 30 years. And when you look them up and message them, they're totally lying to me. I've done this here in the last 6 months. I focus on me, but I still want to know what the competition is doing. And when there's new competition out there that are literally ripping people off, you try to get involved. But sales. I'm going to read you the definition of sales when it comes to service. Operations, so here from the Merriam-Webster Dictionary, sales, plural, operations and activities involved in promoting and selling goods or services. Goods in our point would be repairs. Services would be the sweeps and stuff. Guys, you can call it whatever you want. You can slap lipstick on a pig. But your guys, everyone out there doing anything that collects money, guess what? You're in sales. Oh, my Lord. I said it again. Well, I have to bring up a question of why, if our such valued industry has so many good inspectors out there that do the right thing, give a perfect inspection, pinpoint all the issues, and then don't sell shit. Like, the people don't buy. It's like, okay, they now know, but they don't purchase the repairs. If we're in such a valued industry and we have to go with this valued thing, why don't you have an 85 to 90% closing ratio? And I'm sure some of you out there shaking your head, well, I do. I beg to differ. I guarantee you do not. Especially when you start getting into scaling your business and you're now having new employees get hired and work for you. let's face it, they are not you. So you have to figure out a way to train inspection. You have to have a balance. Inspection, culture, sales, results. That's what you have to breed and bleed into this industry of who you hire. So my last 5 or 6 podcasts have all been about culture, right? Who to find, how to find them, and you're right. There is absolute. I am, So I know what the most likely best succeeding sweep personality traits are. And guess what? I ain't new to this. I'm not new to this at all. I was talking, or I was messaging Alan Rush yesterday, asked what his profile was if he'd share it to me, and he's going to look it up and go find it for me. I know what it is. I'm almost positive. I don't know him good enough, so it might be a little bit of a shock, but with this type of sales credentials, I'm pretty sure I got an idea of what he is. And he tells me, that the Eisenhowers have done this, and they're DISC certified like me. And they did a study on a bunch of people, and I'm very interested in that study, and I might want to reach out to them if I get some time and see if Jerry or Cheryl will have a conversation with me about their study, because I think it's very valid. What type of people do you hire that are going to have sales traits, that are going to be the personable person? So when we talk about this in sales, if you're hiring a person that is just good at paperwork but is not a good communicator, sales, you're not going to get a lot of people approving their bids versus someone who is a better communicator and is in sales. You're going to get more approvals. You're going to fix and help more people if you evolve to the idea of we are in sales. Because we are. I mean, it has been on. If you can't tell, I'm super passionate. I just answered a Facebook post about gamification that we don't do any games really at Master Services. We have in the past, but we really do strive on the numbers and leaderboards and stuff like that, and knowing your numbers. And so I was successful in getting 6 of my clients to give me 1 or 2 of their sweeps so I could teach them the masonry side of chimney inspections and sweeps. Now, I say inspections. I'm not teaching them to inspect. That's not my gig. I mean, you want to learn how to inspect, go to a class, go to a Steve Scally's class on how to inspect, and I'm sure there's a lot of other good people out there that'll show you how to inspect. Steve comes to mind because he's in town. I had dinner with him last night, and I'll be spending tonight with him. But he is awesome. But you've got to find. I'm teaching these guys how to present and sell the value of what we found in their fireplace. And there's a huge. I believe there's a huge lack of doing a good inspection and communicating to get them to purchase. Because if they don't purchase and they don't ever get it fixed, they're literally risking their family's lives. We know this, right? We all know this. So if you hire the right guy that has the right personality traits that can communicate better and will sell more, you're solving more people's issues, and therefore everybody's happy. You're making more money. The customers, you're fixing more customers' issues. I mean, you're creating a career for somebody to sell who's got a lifelong career who won't go start their own business because you're paying them enough to where they don't need to go start their own business. There's so many things that sales solves. One of my clients, Sherwood Adams out of New York, of course they're New York guys. He says sales fix everything. Well, there's truth to that. Of course, culture, you got to have the right culture to do it as well. But sales certainly can mask a bad culture, but it'll eventually catch up to you. But let's face it, the best culture in the world with shitty sales is a company that's going to stay below 2 or 3 trucks. I mean, that's just fact. Because if your culture is running amok, you're eventually everyone's going to quit, go start their own business, and you're going to constantly be hiring and scratching your head of how do I train, and it's just this big long downward spiral that a lot of people live in every day. A lot of my clients live in it. I lived in it for years. I'm not going to lie, we're still living it. I mean, there are flat out people that work for me that have not. I mean, we're still trying to seek out the right personality traits to work for us to be able to get across to the people that these repairs are not just necessary, but don't use your fireplace without doing this. And here's the thing. It's not a scare tactic, that we do in our industry. It's how to present to get them to purchase. Now, a lot of other services like plumbers and AC people, y'all have it a little bit easier. Let's face it. I only usually call one plumber to give me an estimate, and that guy gets it. AC's out in Texas. First guy shows up to fix it is getting it, no matter what the price is almost. Window washing sales, there's sales there. There is absolutely sales there. I owned a window washing company for a while, and showing up and getting the sale, is crucial because you're generally quoting an estimate over the phone and a verification when you show up, and then you also add the chandeliers and the ledges and the screens, and so you're selling everybody on stuff when you're out there doing this stuff. So sales is definitely part of the service industry, and the better you train your guys in the value and how to speak it. This is where we talk in a company culture and company language. How do you sell a chimney cap? Do you just give them the description of a chimney cap and say, here, go tell customers that? Or do you create a pitch? I'm calling it a pitch, a script for the guys to follow so it sounds professional, it's smooth, it's educational to the client. For instance, right now I've got my new class of sweep educators right now going, and their first week is all about learning their numbers, doing them themselves, and why do you buy a chimney cap? And in our case, and everybody in the class sells full mount caps, so I have it, and I had this recording for years upon years on how you sell a chimney cap. So they have to memorize it, and then they have to spin it to their own liking when it comes to what kind of material they use. But other than that, it's simple. Why do you buy our chimney cap? You buy our chimney cap because it covers the entire top of the chimney, the first row of bricks. It covers the mortar crown and also the flue, so that it will keep the deteriorated moisture out from damaging the flue liner, the smoke shelf, and any of the fireplace components, stopping the cracks so that you can use your fireplace and perform it correctly. Sorry, I'm a little off today. My throat woke up with a frog in it. I'm not sick. It's just haven't got that out of it yet. So anyway, saying that smoothly a little bit better is I have that recorded, and everyone has to say it. And that's how you start pitching it. And then you go into, well, why do you do a full water leaking package when it comes with the crown coat, the mortar crown, the waterproofing, and the flash seal along with the cap? Then we teach them how to put that all together. And then we teach them to bringing it down the flue into the firebox. And it's all one big pitch to educate the homeowner of why it all makes sense of why they're getting all this repaired. And that full one pitch as we build it is set at every single masonry fireplace, because they essentially probably need all of it. Maybe they don't need a mortar crown, they just need the crown coat. Maybe they already have a custom cap or a full mount cap. Okay, well, that's the part you just take out, but everything goes in sync with saying the same thing. And then they get good at it, and they get confident with it. I think a lot of guys get out there and they know the inspection process. They know the descriptions of the items that they're selling, services and products, but they don't have the salesmanship of presentation. And so that is where you start getting and working on your people, giving them these scripts / pitches to show people, the value of the repairs. I'm sorry, guys, that's called sales. That's sales. You can call it whatever you want. Put lipstick on a pig and say it's value, and we're presenting it. It's not sales. Well, it is. Sorry, hate to burst your bubble. It's sales. And of course, with all of this, if you're doing your culture correctly, and the guys have the passion that you have, and you're culturally working on it 5 minutes a week, showing them a video, you're bleeding soot into them. If you're a window washer, you're bleeding soap in their blood. You're getting this to run through their veins. If you're an AC guy, you're getting electricity and cold air blowing out their ears. You know what I'm saying? You're doing everything you can do to get it in their soul so that they believe, and I don't mean trickery, they actually are and believe in the industry that you are training them to do. And so that alone will sell jobs and get approvals. I mean, I'll say it again, a great inspector, the best inspector out there with bad communication skills or lack of communication skills, or the owner didn't show them how to present and sell the products and services correctly, will not sell as much as the guy who's half trained. He won't. Now, I'm not saying the half trained guy is better, meaning it's better if he doesn't know what the hell he's doing. But I will tell you, getting everybody up to equality in training eventually will come to anybody at a certain point in time, and your whole staff should be selling. Our call center sells. The whole point of the script is to sell, to get them to make the appointment. Now, they're not, doesn't feel or sound like they're selling, but let's face it, they are. 100% are they selling. All day long. I mean, the only guys that don't sell are the guys that go out and do the work. But they also have the same language we say, and they back up our sales because we have a company language. We talk about the caps. They all know how to sell a cap and say a cap and what the cap's benefits are. They know why the relining is being done. It's not just show up and do it. They can explain to the customer, if need be, why exactly that it's being done again in case the customer questions it. And so you're always selling. You're always selling. And I know a lot of people hate the fact of being a salesman, but that is 100% fact of how it is. So I'm going to show you a little video, and it's by some people love him and some people hate him. It's Grant Cardone, and I want you, this is something that comes to, this really should get in your heart and soul because of what the message is. What the message actually is. It's not greed. It's not that. It's about you, and it's on you to better yourself in sales.
Learn to sell and you can go anywhere.
Grant has shown me that anything is possible through selling.
I wouldn't do it any other way.
It'll help you fuel your ambition.
I would attribute my success to everything I've learned from Grant.
It'll just make it all come together. It's going to change your life. Who wants to be successful? What happened? Something happened. You're not getting any money, you're not getting any deals, you're not getting any whatever you want in life. Then you came up with all these excuses. How many of you like to know the problem?
The real problem is you don't produce enough.
I'm here to help you.
If we change your production levels, we solve every single problem you have.
You're the energy behind the money. You can get your business.
Increase your production, we solve all problems. Know whatever it is you want in your life. Look, knowing is critical to your success.
You show me somebody that did something big on this planet, and I'll show you somebody that was a salesman.
We choose to go to the moon because that goal will serve to organize and measure the best of our energies and skills.
John Kennedy got America to invest in going to the moon. Salesperson or politician? Salesperson. Anything you want in life, you got to be a salesperson. Anybody that's ever made a dream come true, guarantee they sold it to somebody else. Free at last! Free at last! Thank God Almighty! Free at last! You had a dream, great idea, then you sold that dream and made it reality. Think or do? Just do it. Do it now or do it later? Do it now. Change or stay the same? You need to change, folks. You have to keep changing. You know the difference between rich people and poor people?
Wealthy people embrace problems, while the unsuccessful people avoid problems and never truly do anything to solve them. Salespeople are the lifeblood of entire economies. Without salespeople, factories close, manufacturing stops, and distribution ends. Everything relies on salespeople.
There's no shortage of money on planet Earth. You got to keep moving up. Seasonal.
If your income depends on selling, you have to come see Grant.
It's exciting. Moving forward. Being proactive. It motivates me.
Everything I could ever need in life. That's what we need.
There are 6.7 billion salespeople on this planet, and you are one of them. Your life depends on selling.
Now, does that not pump you up, or does it rub you wrong? I mean, let's face it, it could be either. And I got to tell you, there's nothing wrong with it rubbing you wrong. I kind of get it. But the fact of the matter is, when you're selling a dream to your employees, are you selling them a dream that you're going to only be as good as your inspection and you're essentially giving them an hourly wage with maybe some minor commission, and then you're only focusing on your customers? I firmly and totally agree of giving my employees a financial dream to make as much money as we possibly can with doing the correct integrity and honesty of the job. There is nothing wrong with making money. And there is nothing wrong with selling the dream in a chimney business or a service business that you can make more money by working for someone else, doing sales or whatever else we do, and getting it to living a good life. There is nothing wrong with that. And I don't know why there's this stigma, if you sell, you're not doing the job as good. Bullshit. I've been teaching sales the whole time, and I've done the job as the best I could in the ability, and I have harped on perfection on the inspection since I first started this with what I knew at the time. And now I know even more, and it's even more dangerous. And by knowing the inspection, I've opened up more sales and then educated my entire company, and everybody's is getting educated and getting certified. We're in the industry, we're doing stuff, and we are absolutely going to double our business and be an $8 to $10 million company. Yes, I'm saying it on the podcast. In 3 to 5 years, we will be an $8 to $10 million company. Now, maybe that doesn't float your boat. I don't give a shit. That's my dream. I don't care what my dream is to you. What is your dream? But I want to give my employees the best possible income producing machine that I possibly can. And if I leave out sales, we're not making enough money. So if I don't train my sweeps and estimators to sell, I can't impact more people's lives on the back end. I have 7 guys selling that support 40 other people. Think about that. And I plan on doubling my business with only adding less than 20 people to my business. But that's going to be like, seriously, how many families? 50, 60 families that I'm supporting? Sales is what it does there. If you think any of these companies that only harp on inspections are big companies, they're not. Show me a big company that's only harping on value and inspection and they don't train their guys in sales. It doesn't exist. And if you're out there, I want to meet you. I want to see how you're doing it. Because they're not. They may lipstick on a pigget and call it not sales, but guess what? That's a sales tactic. That's actually masking sales, and it's sales. You can't grow a $5 million company, or in my case, a $4 million company, without training people to communicate, and communication is sales. So what is one of the so listening to that video from Grant Cardone is sales solves all problems. Well, that's not true. We already talked about that. But sales solves problems that helps you. Sales solves the problems to give you the financial means to fix other problems and educate more. Education ain't free. I hear it every day. How am I going to train my guys? I'm too busy. Well, guess what? What if you had another $1 million in the bank? Do you not think you could figure out a way to train someone or hire someone to train them? You're damn right you could. You're damn right you could. And so, is your sweep all in? Are your sweeps literally all in? As Grant said, are you all in? Sales is your life if you're sweeping. It's the value of what we do, but I'm calling it sales instead of everything else that the industry calls it. I'm just calling it sales. Like it or hate it, I don't care. It's sales. We are salespeople that are doing an inspection for the correction of using their fireplaces properly and functioning correct. And we sell the repairs. So who wants to be successful? It's the dream of, really seriously, when you go hire someone, do you give them the dream of you're solving the world's problems with their fireplace, yet you're only going to make $40,000 a year? I don't sell that dream. I don't sell, come work for me, it's a job, and you're going to top out at this price point. No. I sell and I back up the fact of we're going to make you as much money as you possibly can as we grow and sell more. There are benefits coming as we sell and we product, and our production goes up. Production is only driven by sales. Now, if you're fortunate where you're a 1-2 truck company and you're backed up for 6 months and you're going, this whole podcast is blasphemy, well, that's fine. Yeah, you have a great model. You have 1 truck and you're booked out for months upon months, and that's the way you want to live your life. But, that's not the way I want to live my life. I don't want to live backed up 6-7 months and can't get my jobs done and trying to figure it all out. Because quite frankly, that's not a way to retire or pass your business on or even stop your business. To me, this is the fundamental difference between a lot of people and me, at least. I'm not going to speak for anybody else, is I created a business that doesn't rely on me. I'll say it again. I created a business that doesn't rely on me. And how did I do that? Well, education and sales. That's it. I couldn't have retired if I didn't have enough sales to be able to hire the people to run my business. It's that simple. And so this is the world we live in. I'm sorry, the days of farming where you have one family farm and grandpa or dad can become grandpa and everyone keeps going and everybody's sharing the money's over. Been over for decades. Century almost. Moisten the voice. I just want everybody to understand that salesmanship is absolutely the trait that your sweeps and estimators need to be trained upon with integrity, with attention to detail. All of that. It's part of it. And if you're leaving out the salesmanship of the position, I'm sorry, you're probably a small truck company. You're going to stay that way. Or you're not as efficient small truck company if you don't want to grow. You want to be efficient, make better sales, keep on top of your sales, make it to where the business doesn't rely on you, and you can train other people to do what you do. You can still sell. You can still run your company. You can still be. Here's the one thing I think people forget about when you're scaling your business. When you scale your business, at least that it doesn't rely on you. And you could be a 2-truck company to do this, by the way, guys. This does not have to be a 10, 19, 30 truck company idea. This is where it gets lost. You could be a 2-truck company. You could train one guy to sell and another truck to do the work. And I guarantee you, between those two, if you train them correctly, all the bills will get paid and you could literally do what you want. Now, you could be the third truck in production if you like laying brick and doing that. Or you could be the second guy selling and you could go get another couple trucks to do the job. But you give the freedom of doing what you want to do if you have the salesmanship to it. You know, and so the scaling of the business, absolutely, to not rely on you, can be done at small levels all the way up. So scaling to me means a lot of different things. And one of the portions too, when I talk to smaller companies who don't want to have more than 5 trucks, they don't want to see it. Inevitably, you have to learn how to manage a 5-truck company to where it doesn't rely on you, and you can do that. But sales is the biggest first thing you have to knock out of the park to keep everybody busy. And so, guys, that's been on my mind for a long time. I'm sorry if you don't believe me, and don't really care. I strongly feel that all service businesses need salespeople. And again, I always have to, and I hate the fact that I have to say it like this, but with integrity, and I have to explain what sales, the exemption to sales is, and I hate it. Sales is okay. It's not an evil thing. Sales is providing a service and a product, and that's what we do. Guys, that's my time. If you want to contact me, I do have a new course that just started. I'm going to be starting another one for your sweep estimators for sales in masonry. It is a everyday program. They will meet once a week, but I have assignments and they're into my system. They have to record. I'm going to keep them. I'm going to train these people how to present and sell chimney products in the masonry world, masonry, chimney, and prefabricated to wood burning. Sorry, let me say it to you like wood burning systems. That's what we specialize in Texas, wood burning. I'm not a gas guy. I'm not a boiler guy. And so, but I am a really good masonry guy. And I'm still learning every day and passing it on. And so, but I've got a great system. I've got $1 million guys working for me, and I want to train your guys to do $1 million, because I don't care if you're giving guys 15 to 20 appointments, they should be $1 million guys. And if they're not, I bet you they're not good salespeople. So on that note, if you want to contact me, go ahead and message me or email me at chat@outsidethebusinessbox. I will start taking a list. I don't know when the next class is going to start, but it'll probably be late February, early March. And I'd like to have at least 6 guys in it, if not 10. And it's just your sweeps that are out there that are struggling to make sales. Give them to me, and even if they're the wrong profile, I think I can get them to do better than what they're doing now. At least double their production and their sales. So, guys, I appreciate it. That is my time. You guys have a great week.